Once upon a time, in a cozy little cottage nestled at the edge of a big green forest, lived a mother pig with her 3 little sons. As the days grew shorter and a crisp chill filled the air, she knew it was time for them to venture out into the world and build their own homes. She gathered them close, gave them each a warm hug and a packed lunch, and said, "My dear sons, it's time for you to seek your fortunes. Go and build strong houses for yourselves, but always be wary of the big bad wolf who roams these woods. Work hard, be smart, and look out for one another." And so the 3 little pigs waved goodbye to their mother and set off down the winding path. The first little pig was a bit of a date. He preferred playing his flute and dancing in the sunshine to hard work. As he trotted along, he met a farmer carrying a large bundle of straw. "What a wonderful idea," he thought. "A house of straw will be so quick to build, and then I'll have the rest of the day to play." He bought the straw from the farmer, and in no time at all he had built a small, simple house. He was very pleased with himself and spent the rest of the afternoon happily playing his flute. The second little pig was a little more practical, but still in a hurry. He wanted to finish his work quickly so he could go and visit his friends. Soon he came across a man with a cart full of sticks. "Perfect," he thought. "A house of sticks is surely stronger than straw, and it won't take too long to build." He gathered a big pile of sticks and began to work. He tied them together and stacked them up, and before long his wooden house was complete. It was a bit wobbly, but it looked cozy enough. He locked the door and went off to enjoy his afternoon. Now, the third little pig was the most sensible of the 3. He remembered his mother's warning about the big bad wolf, and he knew that safety was more important than playtime. He walked a long way past the fields of straw and the piles of sticks until he met a man with a wagon full of strong red bricks. "This is exactly what I need," he said to himself. "A brick house will take a lot of work, but it will be strong and safe." He bought the bricks and got straight to work. He mixed the mortar, laid each brick carefully, one on top of the other, built a strong wooden door and a sturdy chimney on the roof. It took him a very long time. The sun was setting by the time he finished, and his brothers were already home, laughing and playing. But the third little pig felt a deep sense of satisfaction as he looked at his solid little fortress. He lit a warm fire in his new fireplace and settled in for the night, feeling completely safe. The very next day, a shadow fell over the forest. The big bad wolf, with his sharp teeth and hungry eyes, had caught the scent of the little pigs. He crept silently through the woods until he came to the first little pig's house of straw. He knocked on the door. Little pig, let me come in," he growled in his deepest voice. The first little pig peeked through a crack and saw the wolf's big ears and sharp teeth. He squealed in fright. "Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin." "Then I'll huff, and I'll blow your house in," roared the wolf. And he huffed, and he puffed, and with one mighty breath he blew the straw house all to pieces. The first little pig squealed and ran as fast as his little legs could carry him, all the way to his brother's house of sticks. He burst through the door, shouting, "The wolf! The wolf is coming!" The two pigs huddled together as they heard a loud knock. Little pigs, let me come in," the wolf growled, his voice even angrier now. The two pigs trembled and cried out, "Not by the hair of our chinny-chin-chins. Then I'll huff, and I'll blow your house in." The wolf bellowed, so he huffed, and he puffed, and he blew with all his might. The house of sticks shivered and shook, and then it tumbled down in a heap. The two little pigs scrambled from the wreckage and ran for their lives, heading straight for their brother's house of bricks. They hammered on the strong wooden door, panting and terrified. The third little pig opened it quickly and pulled them inside, locking it securely just as the wolf arrived, completely out of breath and furious. The wolf pounded on the brick door. Little pigs, let me come in," he snarled. From inside, the three little pigs shouted together, feeling much braver now, "Not by the hair of our chinny." The wolf's face turned red with rage. "Then I'll huff and I'll blow your house in," he screamed. He huffed and he puffed and he huffed again, but the brick house didn't move an inch. He blew until he was blue in the face, but not a single brick even wiggled. The house was simply too strong. Defeated, but not ready to give up, the cunning wolf had another idea. He looked up and saw the chimney. "Aha," he thought. "I'll climb onto the roof and slide down the chimney to catch them." He quietly clambered up the side of the house and onto the roof. But the third little pig was clever. He had heard the scratching and scrambling on the roof. Thinking fast, he told his brothers, "Quick, help me with this." He had a large pot of water boiling over the fire in the fireplace. The three pigs worked together to lift the heavy lid off the pot. Just as the wolf began to slide down the chimney, he fell right into the pot of boiling water with a giant splash. He yelped in surprise and pain, shot back up the chimney like a rocket, and ran away into the forest, never to be seen again. The three little pigs cheered. They were safe at last. The first two pigs learned a valuable lesson that day. Taking the easy way out isn't always the best way. They thanked their clever brother for his hard work and foresight. From that day on, the three little pigs lived together happily and safely in the strong little house of bricks. They learned that when you work hard and do things the right way, you have nothing to fear. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more.